Hey everybody, welcome to the December Energy Update. My name is Caroline. I'm here with new paradigm shaman and energy healer Bonnie Serratore, and we're going to hear from Bonnie about the energies for this month, which are probably pretty immense. It's I'm finding them to be very intense.
Yeah.
And then Bonnie will do a group session clearing for us. Before that, I will do offer a channel dancer and some energy work. So if you want to be entered into the drawing for that, just put your question into the chat and say, enter me, please, and put in a detailed question, not just, what's wrong that the front door keeps sticking or something like that. Actually explain, your huge 300-pound dog threw himself into the door the other day, and that's why it's not working. So more detail as you can. If you run out of space, just create a new post. So Paro will just choose at random somebody who would like a channel dancer and some energy work. And then Bonnie will do her group energy clearing, and that extends to everybody, which is really wonderful, I think. So Bonnie, tell us about the energies for December, please.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Okay. I do want to say that, the 2026 is going to be a very intense year.
Mm-hmm.
And we've already started moving into that year beginning in October. So intense energies, and each month got a little bit more intense. So December, the energy has a frequency of chaos. Okay. So when I look at the energy, it's like a massive chaotic chaos. Like, just if you just were to see the energy, sense the energy, it's like particles just like massively chaotically just all over the place. Okay, so what that means is the chaotic energy externally is going to be activating and hitting the energy within and creating all kinds of intensities, chaos, basically. I do want to say too that, there's all kinds of different things that we can look at as far as like the energy of 2020 or December. But keep in mind that for me personally, it's really always about the evolution, the soul's evolving, so that's is where I focus. And then I give information around that. So the energy of all this chaos, literally, it's going to be activating some of the deeper unconscious places within. Okay, what I mean by that is, for example, I personally have been on a journey since 1984 of healing, of consciousness, of ending my suffering. Okay, so it's like you grow, you have experiences, like you change, and everything keeps evolving, and you can't make something happen until it's time. So for me, the chaos of this particular time period, I had a major realization, and then with that realization, a big shift, a great big awakening, which is awesome. But look how long it took. So, you can't force things, you can't make things happen. They're going to happen when they happen. And the energies are going to be hitting the deepest places. Like, what I mean by that, like I just shared, that some of the like this place I've been trying to unravel my entire life. Never knew what it was. I could just always feel some kind of hold. And so finally it got revealed. But it got revealed because now the chaos of the energy all around us, that chaos is hitting the body. So the body's feeling the chaos, and then it hits the subconscious. So the subconscious is getting that chaos, and then all the chakras are getting hit and whacked. So all of that energy is hitting chaos. So what it's doing, think about this, when things are moving really quickly, things get broken up. Okay, so in my subconscious, something got broken up and released in a way that it could come into awareness. So with the chaos that's happening, yeah, it's going to be really intense. And we have a tendency to want to make it about somebody else or something else, or, someone else, something, why is this happening? You, okay. But we have to keep remembering everything's about us. Everything that we experience is about us. We're the only ones that can feel our own selves. We're the only ones who can really face our own selves, and nobody's going to really do it for us. I mean, of course, yes, we get help and support through getting the work done and all of that, but ultimately we have places within that we have to find and navigate and go through. And that's how we evolve. That's how the soul evolves, is by going through these experiences. So what's going to be happening with the chaos is going to be hitting some of those places you could never find. Okay, like Caroline, Oceana, you were basically saying on some level, you remember that you're just experiencing all these different things. And yes, we were coming out of retrograde. There's still shadow of retrograde, and then the moon, and all these things are all coming together basically to support us, to help us find these deeper unconscious places. Okay, and it doesn't feel good. It feels horrible. We might hate it, and yet this is what the journey looks like. This is the dance, people. Okay, this is the dance. So that chaos, just imagine, chaos going into the subconscious and just like breaking stuff up. So these places that were buried really deeply, invisibly deep, that other things just never really got to, now they're going to be broken up, and then open, and then energy's coming up into awareness. So that chaos is going to be very intense, very powerful, and it might feel like a little destabilizing. And yet, if we understand, sometimes people, if we really understand what's really happening, that things aren't being done to us, that we are literally souls evolving, really. And that's what this is really all about. And this is like the school, the university that helps make that all happen. If we can really get that and take that in and find some way of like, okay, that's what's up. Alrighty then, then somehow it just makes it less painful to go through. It makes it so that we can face things more easily. And when we can just say, okay, I get it. That I'm being shown something that's really deep is trying to surface. I'm being activated by my friends, by my parents, by my children, by my beloved, whatever. Okay, every people are going to be activating you, just as you are going to be activating them. But when you understand, it's not about anybody else. Okay, not about anybody else. It's all for you. So think about that. It's all for you. How cool is that? Yeah, it's all for me. And things will be, like I said, that chaos, things will be revealed. And again, go through it. Go through whatever those emotions are, just go through them. Don't try to fight it, resist it, because that's what you've been doing for lifetimes. We've been doing avoiding, rise above, push it down, don't look at it, ignore it, pretend it doesn't exist. It doesn't work. Okay, so now it's going to be rising up, kind of like in your face. And if you literally let yourself go through it, the energies are going to move quickly. That's the thing. That's the thing about the chaos. It's moving energy really quickly. So the particles of everything, think about our particles in the body. We're particles of energy, particles of light, and everything is particles. So this chaotic energy is all particles, and it is literally affecting this physical body. And it's just helping and making it more possible for the energies to just break through. And then your only job really will be to feel it. Surrender to it. Okay. I'm not talking. Okay. Let me get really clear. Feeling something to have it shift means surrendering to an emotion so fully that you become the emotion. If you're feeling it, but you're still in your story, movement won't happen. Shifts can't happen because you're not knowing it. There's a major difference between knowing something in surrendering to it as opposed to story. Okay, you just keep that spin happening, and there's no deep transformation happening because you're not really embodying what this actually feels like. Okay, so the chaos is a big energy this month, very intense, destabilizing. It's, it's going to feel really horribly intense. And yet this is what's needed to help us find these places that we haven't been able to find maybe for our entire lives. So I actually hope that that happens for you, because the other side of that is freedom from that particular angst that's been running your entire life. Okay. So
That would be great.
yeah. I mean, Oceana, for you too, I mean, maybe even share what your experience has been, it's like, yeah.
Yeah. I was telling Bonnie before we started the live stream that I have felt really kind of wacky, stressed, over energetic, really annoyed, easily annoyed, and kind of even occasionally I will just muddle certain ideas, certain facts, and email somebody about the same thing twice. And I'm just sort of, saying to my guides, what the flippin' heck, what is going on with this? And they will just say something very simple, like it's all coming up, meaning not just for me, but for the populace, the masses on this planet. Everything's got to come up, I think, especially in the run up to 2026. Don't you feel like, in a sense, we've kind of called this in? We've kind of said, look, we don't want to do third density life anymore. We want 5D life. Well, in order to move into that, you don't move into that all joyous and happy. You move into it by pulling up all the stuff that separated us from it for eons. And that's not always fun.
Yeah, it's true. That's it, people. So, if you're thinking is this going to be an easy journey, no, the dark stuff inside is not easy. Facing these places is not easy. Okay. It's painful and it hurts and it's uncomfortable. And yet we've got all this stuff. So, for me, the piece, okay, I just want to share, but this piece I finally got, Oceana, I swear, I can always feel when something's not right. So all my life, I'm always, okay, using the triggers, doing my inner work. And there's still something where I might find myself, making something about somebody else, point my finger at my husband. And then it's like, wait a second, I know that's not, it's me. So what is he reflecting in me? So, what I'm seeing, what I would be judging is that lack of, where he honors himself, respects himself, cares for himself, blah, blah, blah. And it started dawning on me, oh, wait a second. There's still places where I'm still rejecting myself. Okay. Rejecting me, like not liking you guys. Okay. Check this out. So of course I'm getting old, as we all are. Okay. But so now what's happening is, of course, the body starts deteriorating. You start losing elasticity. You start losing collagen. So the body starts changing. And I'm like, wait a second. I was going to grow old gracefully. I'm not liking this. So there's no acceptance of that. I'm going to tell you guys something. Okay. I figured, okay, I don't like this. I'm not liking it. So when I get decrepit, I'm out of here.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? If I get, that's it. I'm checking out. So rejection of self, right? That's what came into my awareness was, whoa, there's still places where I'm not accepting me. And I went through, it wasn't intense feelings, people. It was more like, for my entire life, I could always, when I go into my subconscious, I could always see the different aspects of me. There was this one particular aspect that always looked like hanging out in a corner, kind of like shriveled up, all dark, hair hanging, all, like ragged, dirty, filthy, stinky, whatever. And I could never get to what that was. But that's what that was. That was the part of me I've been rejecting. So when I finally went in, and just a few days ago, and did some really deep stuff with that, now I can't, there's all this light in there now, and I can feel a shift within. But my point being, people, is, it's like things present when they do, but the energy of December is going to be chaos, and it is going to bring some of those places. Like for me, like I said, I started my journey in 1984. And what year is this? 2025, almost 2026. I'm just getting this piece, okay, at this level. I mean, I've done other pieces around it, but this piece right here, it was never completed, never released. So now there's a shift. I feel it. So chaos is what is doing it. It's breaking that's so old and so dense and so anchored in that it's hard to find, even in the surrendering to emotions. There's just some things you can't get to till it's time. But that the energy of this month is what really broke it free. And finally, it got revealed. So
Wow.
welcome
That's a
December.
beautiful, great, beautiful moment. Absolutely wonderful. Yeah.
Yeah.
And, what you're talking about, how there's some aspect of ourselves that we reject. I was just reading your blog, your article on how we have these distorted images of ourselves physically, sometimes to protect ourselves, sometimes because we identified with the constant criticism we heard as children, or, we were traumatized, and on and on.
Yeah.
It's a very cool article, and I encourage everybody to look at it. If you should receive an email that links to it if you're signed up at bonnieserratore.com. But I thought, wow, this is me, and this is something I've been looking at as well. And I think we all have to look at it now,
Yeah.
because we've got this high functioning level of efficiency and productivity out in the world, but we're always trying to earn our way to heaven, and we're always looking in that mirror and saying, oh, I don't like this, this, and this. And that the time for that is really over, both
Yeah.
of the perfectionism and self-criticism. Yeah.
One of the things that also was happening was I didn't know what the rejection was, if that makes sense. And because what it's really about, and it's true for everyone, like you were saying, Oceana, it's about being rejected in some way. You know what I mean? Like for example, for me, coming into the womb, trying to be aborted, and then all the abuse that happened, the shame and humiliation. We start learning or believing there's something wrong with us, and then we start rejecting ourselves. Okay. And that's what it was all about. I could never find what was wrong with me. You know what I mean? It's like, but there's got to be something wrong. I'm bad. I'm whatever. But it wasn't that. It was, we learn to reject the self through direct, through whatever we're living with, and parents, everyone's wounded. So we're constantly finding fault and making wrong. And of course, then the child takes it as though there's something defective. And then we have this self-rejection. So again, it took all this time, it's a long time, but I got it. So
Fantastic.
Yeah. Truly.
So now you don't have to come in and again into another earth life and straighten that out.
Yeah, exactly. That part's done. Thank goodness.
Yeah. I mean, I've kind of done an about face about that. I didn't want to do all the work, and now I'm saying to my team, I'm not coming back here, so let's get this done.
Yes. Or at least coming back in a true new paradigm,
Yeah, I'll come back in a higher level.
Higher level. Yes, higher level. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll do that. But you got to be ready for that,
Yep, it's
not
true.
Carrying a ton of weight. Yeah, pain.
Yeah.
Fantastic. Yeah. So if anybody, if you've got questions for Bonnie, and somebody's saying rejection has been a theme for me too. I realized I'm rejecting myself, and because it doesn't feel good, I don't want to reject others, which just causes more self-rejection. Yeah, that can happen. It can be a cycle. It can be circular.
Oh yeah. And see, what happens is we always find some fault. We're judging people, fault finding with them. Okay, rejecting something about them. That's always an indicator. Remember, people, whatever you're seeing out there, you are doing. So again, not you're aware of it. Now you're aware of it, and you don't want to do that. But you have to go more than that. You have to find your own self-rejection. Like for me, I could use my aging as, well, I'm not accepting my aging. You know what I mean? Like the body's changing. So I could feel like this rejection of that. So that opened the door for me, to start looking at, okay, there's a doorway in. I'm not accepting what's happening, the natural process of a human, they go through. And instead I kept making, my husband wrong or whatever. But, it's like, take it back to the self. At least start looking at and asking, what am I judging? What am I not liking? What am I fault finding? And then what I also do, people, just to understand, is whatever that feeling is, whatever I'm judging, then I let myself have it all the way. Okay. For example, just you get this. So I go, okay, look, okay, so the body's aging, you're not liking it. So let myself just have it all the way. Like, oh, why don't people that are aging, why are they sticking around? Why don't they just freaking die? You're getting old and ugly, decrepit, can't need diapers or whatever. It's like, why are you still here? So let yourself have all those thoughts, all those feelings, whatever they are, get them out of the way. And that allows for that place where we can really find where we're rejecting our own selves, and then to start shifting it, to start pulling ourselves back in, to start recognizing, oh yeah, I've been judging myself because I'm selfish, or I'm stingy, or I'm negative, or I'm a victim, or whatever that is. You start claiming it, you claim yourself back, and then you're pulling these energies back, and before you know it, shift happens.
Yeah, yeah, fantastic. And Bonnie and her team are great at helping you to release something you don't even know you're holding. Like you might have a feeling like somebody's asking why has this a program called Pot of Gold and other abundance programs not work for me. Usually it has had the opposite effect. So something in your subconscious, in your energy, or maybe some interference you're not at all aware of, is really fighting the idea of you doing well financially, or just having, maybe it might be all the autonomy, all the freedom and feeling of inner strength that you would gain from having more money, and it's fighting that, it or they. So this is where Bonnie's work is really priceless, because you and I can't always see what's behind the issue. It might be something different than what it very obviously looks like. So in that case, Icelandic Angel, what I'm hearing from your team is it's not just an abundance situation. It didn't begin there. There's something else going on. So stay open to that. Sit down and ask your higher self, what is blocking my abundance that I can't see? And what is blocking me making bigger my abundance consciousness? What's in the way there? I know for myself and for a lot of people, I had lives where I made all these promises, all these commitments and sworn oaths and vows to the church or other religions that I was never going to have my own money or my own identity. I was just going to be a little spot of color on a huge canvas and just be the servant or the slave. And I've had quite a number of lives where I just wasn't allowed to fully exist, and then repeated some of that in this life, but I've been routing it out. And it takes time. I'm not 21 anymore. I've been at this for a while. So so RU 1978 is asking, what in your experience, Bonnie, is the best way to get over your self-judgment? I don't know if there's just one way, but what do you think?
Yeah. So the self-judgment, first you have to know your self-judging, okay? So you look at what are you judging in others, or how are you judging others? That's going to reflect what you're judging within your own self. So part of it is awareness. Once you start having awareness of what it is you're finding fault with, then it's really about looking at your own self and coming to a place of acceptance of your imperfections. I know for me, I wanted to be, everything had to be perfect, you know what I mean? And because perfection meant you weren't going to be killed, right? You got to live. So we all have that. We have life, death, survival in our places of, we got to be perfect. So looking at exploring these places within and finding those aspects of you that you've pushed out, that you've rejected, that you don't like. And so for example, use whatever you are aware of. For me, I was aware of, like I was saying earlier, the skin elasticity is changing, collagen's changing. So it's like I'm find myself judging that, not liking that. So whatever that is for you, maybe it doesn't matter. It all comes back to, there's a rejection happening of the self. And when you at least start focusing on and understanding, okay, I'm rejecting this part, or, I can't lose weight, or I don't stick to a plan, or whatever that is, okay, then let yourself really accept and acknowledge, okay, yes, I am judging myself. There needs to be that place where you're acknowledging it and that you are doing it. Okay, you got to own it. Okay, so you own it. Oh, I'm doing it. That's why I keep doing it with everybody else. I'm doing it to me. Okay. then it's a process of what does it feel like when people are judging you? Like for me, I had to feel into that feeling, like what it really meant being judged or rejected meant for me, like I just said, it meant death. For me, it was like, I'm going to be killed. Okay. And there's a fear in there. There's an anxiety in there. There's a terror in there. And facing that and being with that, and then going into my own subconscious and just finding those aspects, like I said, about that part of me I'd seen all my life, and then connecting with that and like really just, I wouldn't stop until I started getting information. And then each piece I got, I would just bring it back. Okay, I'm bringing that back. I get it. Yes, you were this, you were that, you were, yeah, come on. So I started pulling these parts of me back from, those rejected aspects, started pulling them back in. And that's when, that's when the shift started happening. So that was how I do it. And so clearings help because it clears energies, but there's still places where you still you're going to have to do things. You know what I mean? There's going to be some acceptance that needs to happen. And, understanding what where you're rejecting. And then also in that process, I was aware and became more aware of, like what Oceana was saying earlier, about how we live in situations where we're, you're being judged, seemingly judged, you know what I mean? Like come into the womb, your mother tries to abort you. You're going to take that real personal. Okay. Or coming in and then, but your parents might leave and abandon you, whatever. I'm just telling how it happened for me. Everyone's got their own story, but we did it ourselves, so we can undo it. And by looking at our own judgments and all of that, this is the journey, the process of bringing yourself back in.
Yeah. Okay. Fantastic. Thank you. I think that's worth listening to again, everybody, because it really is a process. And then you extend love and acceptance to that part of you find that you've been rejecting. I find that I will see them as a little child and just pull them in, hug them, and then make them smaller and smaller so they go into my heart space. That's something I'll do. But I mean, yeah, energy work is important for releasing these blockages we can't see, and also letting us know it's safe to love these parts of ourselves that we've deemed unacceptable and even dangerous to accept. Like Bonnie was saying, you're not perfect, bad things happen. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. I don't know, Paro, if you've chosen someone for the channeled work, the channeling, and some energy work as well. There's a lot of questions. That's interesting. Deborah's asking, isn't ascension supposed to heal us from aging? But I don't think we're quite there yet.
See, here's the thing, people. We're not, if we could do it, we would, right? Oceana, if I could do it, I would. I swear to God, okay? If I could just go, okay, open my heart, be that light being, I would, all right? If I could ascend, I guarantee you I would, okay? Clearly, we're not there yet.
No.
So all those things that people are saying, no, yeah, don't, just be this, you're already that.
I don't know if I froze or Bonnie is frozen. Okay. Maybe her internet. Okay, there you go. There you're back. Okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, we're not there yet.
Yeah, we're not there yet. So maybe when we hit new paradigm, but right now we're not there yet. So that's a waste of time.
Yeah. Yeah. Just keep moving forward, everybody. What else can we do, really? Okay, so for the channeling, it's Chanel. So I'm going to look for your question, Chanel. If you haven't written it into the chat yet, please do that. So you have a comment about rejection. I'm not sure if that's your question, though. So just write your question in and add some detail, I'm just looking here. Yeah, I don't see your question yet.
So that's the winner, Nikki S.
Yeah, we need Chanel to put her a clear and concise question. Yes, thank you, Paro. Paro is helping us.
Oh, Chanel. Yeah. There you go. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Yes. Great. Go ahead and post your question now. That's terrific. And we'll call the collective in. And begging my boyfriend to communicate with me, because when he doesn't, my mind goes negative, like he doesn't like me or want to be with me. Okay. So are these, when he's not communicating with you, it's not just, I feel I have a discarnate that has me daydreaming about horrific effects to the point of tears, car crashes, being shot, random events, imagine major injury or death. Yeah.
Yeah, those are discarnates.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. Also have resentment because I'm the provider. I have a hard time saying no. I show up others better than myself and children. It's like I'm doing so much to feel loved. Okay. And he doesn't communicate with you on emotional issues, or what is it that where the communication just isn't there? That would be helpful to know. Is it practical issues? Does he just shrug and walk out of the room when you're asking, was that bill paid, or is it more emotional? Okay, I'm just looking for Charnel's added info here. I'm going to call the collective in right now, and Charnel's team as well. But if you can let us know, Charnel, what is the communication moment that's difficult that he doesn't come through with? That would be helpful, hon. Okay, so I'm going to bring them in. Just everybody, if you can go into your breathing, where you're breathing in slowly to a count of 5. Hold for 3 counts. Then breathe out slowly for 8 counts. Anytime you feel stressed, that's helpful. That regulates the central nervous system, and it saved me a few times this week. I was just getting wacky. So breathing in for 5 counts in through the nose. And hold for 3, and then release for 8. And I'll ask them to come in. Just carry on with that for a bit. Well, greetings, dear ones. We are very pleased, as always, to have this time to speak with you today. And so, emotional, practical. All right, wonderful. Chanel has given more information here. We're going to ask her spirit team to come in. And the reason we always ask people's spirit team to come in is to encourage you to talk to your guides and higher self every day, particularly when you're having a rough time. So let's see here. Emotional issues and practical ones, but more practical. All right. Yeah. All right, dear one. Let's see what your team are saying, because it's not that he doesn't like you. He doesn't like himself very much, which very much flows with everything discussed so far here today, doesn't it? He doesn't want to be with himself, they're saying. Yeah, absolutely. And then you've got it discarnates, daydreaming about horrible issues. We could ask quickly, why is this still one the provider in the family and always overgiving? Yeah. Yes, exactly what you're saying. You feel you have to overgive in order to feel loved, in order to receive love, in order to deserve it. Yeah. All right, so you've got a number of issues here. We're going to ask your team. You kind of go through life with an ongoing sense of self-protection, they're saying, which we can see. Yeah, a lot of issues, but you have to be very dedicated, dear one, to loving and accepting yourself and accepting your life. And so long as you're not, you will draw in someone who is a bit ambivalent, a bit avoidant, not really willing to tell you what's on his mind or how he's feeling. You will draw that in so long as you are avoiding whole aspects of your own inner life. Absolutely. More meditation, they're saying, healing meditations. That little one inside, from this and other lives, is convinced she's not lovable. At heart, at the bottom of it, she's not lovable. So you're always trying to earn it. And you're not sure you're worthy of someone who pulls his own weight financially, You figure more giving, more love. No, won't be that way. He's resentful, actually. He doesn't like that you're paying the bills. He's unhappy about that. Yeah. He doesn't know his place in the household. He feels like, well, am I below her? I'm not her equal. She's paying for everything. And then the question, we're going to ask your team, should we ask that question? Yeah. They want you to sit down and ask yourself, why am I with someone who isn't paying at least as much as I am? And you've got children, to raise. Looks like you mentioned children at some point. If not, yeah, you do have children. Yeah. Sit down and just write down, get a sheet of paper and a pen right at the top. Tell me what happened that I feel like I have to buy someone's love or substantiate why I exist. Explain it, pay for it, make it okay somehow. It's not enough that I just exist. Why do I have to give so much that the person I'm giving to actually gets resentful? Like I'm trying to rescue them, or I'm saying they're not enough to stand up on their own. Why am I doing this? However you want to phrase it. And then switch the pen to the other hand, the one you never write with. And just let that story come out. And we have recommended this to people for many years because the non-dominant hand is connected to the subconscious, and your subconscious has all the answers of why this issue is there and why that issue is there. Let it come out. Then you're going to have to look at it. And you're going to have to say, I absolutely dedicate myself to healing all of this. And you might have a bulleted list that says, things about your parents, how you were raised. My grandmother told me I'd never amount to anything. This happened when I was 10, and I'm sure that's somebody who just isn't worthy of real love. That's what it made me into, and on and on. Yeah. It's never going to work, dear one. You cannot earn your way to heaven. You cannot earn your way into someone's heart. Never. They need to just already love this brilliant, light-filled, joyful human being that you are. So we're just going to call forth now any and all agreements to be the perpetual slave or servant, to look down upon yourself, to draw into your life people who just don't know how to love, don't know how to communicate, don't fully see your light and your love, don't see that you are light and love. Yeah. Don't know how to appreciate, honor, respect, trust, and believe in you. All those old agreements and all the trauma behind it. Let's call all your past, present, future lives into that circle of light right now. We're going to say to all of them, look, you've identified as the overgivers, the one who has to work hard, be productive, be perfect, be phenomenal, or else you're just not worthy. That is a losing game beginning to end. Toss all that heaviness, that heavy sack, these huge crates of trauma, upset, anger, rage, shock, grief. I'm not worthy. I don't deserve love. All of it into that beautiful white flame of the divine feminine. And we've got everyone listening live or on replay. We've got you all in that cool violet transmuting flame. And you and your past, present, future lives can step into this circle of light. Make a motion right now. Just pull that heavy sack of shock, pain, rage, trauma, pull that off your back, toss it into that white flame. The universe, for any reason you can think of, loves symbolic action. So don't be afraid to make them. This is why the indigenous engage in so much ceremony and ritual, because they know that it's not just a metaphor. It's something the universe reads, and the energy, which isn't all about the mind, it's more about emotion and presence. The energy responds and says, yes, I understand. You're releasing this now. Absolutely. And we could, suggest many other exercises to assist. But right now we're going to ask past, present, future lives holding on to that. I'm not lovable. I have to earn my way. I'm horrible. I have to connect with people who don't see how wonderful I am because I don't see it. All into that white flame. There we go. Wonderful. Huge, beautiful, tall angel, 50 feet tall at least. She's got a huge broom, helping to sweep all that detritus, all that old trauma into the white flame. There we go. It gets transmuted back to pure sparkling light. It'll be used for something wonderful. So energy doesn't have to be lost, but it does have to be transmuted. Wonderful. Just listening to your team. Yes, all the agreements, everything you signed up for in this life to underline how worthless you are until you wake up to the fact you're not worthless. You are invaluable. You're precious. You're unendingly important. You're phenomenal. You're wonderful. All those agreements to feel awful, it all goes into the white flame across all time, space, all realities, all existence, all universes, parallels. Now look, you're going to feel bad if you start feeling good about yourself out of sheer practice. And you're going to have to turn and look at that inner critical voice and say, you don't get a vote here. I am wonderful. I do love myself. I do wonderful things for myself. And I give to myself, and I expect others to carry their own weight in life. And I don't support a man. He can absolutely support himself. All of that. Come on. Calling the boyfriend forward. What's going on? Why are you allowing a woman to support you? And that's not a good reason. Are you able to work? Are you able to do for yourself? You need to contribute. You need to work and you need to contribute financially. And you need to show this woman the respect. And if you can't, you need to move on. And who's going to miss you? Not communicating and not contributing. Yeah. You see, he's saying, but she's willing. She's willing to pay my way. She's willing to be there for me. So he saw an opening there and he stepped into the opening. No. You are worthy of a man who loves and respects and honors you and who contributes to financial responsibility in the household. That actually makes you his servant, bizarrely. It looks like he should be your servant, but you've made yourself, you kind of twist things around. Now let's just look inside here. Come on. Come on, everybody. Expecting car crash. Well, look, you died in a car crash for one thing, and you have always expected bad things to happen. All right, but do you understand that you died? The body died. You came up above the body, saw it below you. Remember that? Yes, you do remember. Come on, come on. Loved ones, can you come in? We're opening a portal of light to the higher realms. And we're asking the angels of transition to assist. And the emissaries Bonnie will call on, very, very helpful. Look, you've got to go into that light. Loved ones, can you encourage them? Please call them by their name. Tell them how beautiful it is in the higher realms. It's time to go home. Look, you go into that light, you'll be safe forever and ever. No crashes, nothing awful, nothing horrific, no tragedy. Well, you get a chance to explore joy and beauty and fulfillment. Some of these are saying, well, who will I be if I'm not afraid all the time? You'll be your true self. That's not your true self. Come on, dear ones. Come on. There we go. There we go. Loved ones, let them know they're safe. If you want to be safe forever and ever, you go into that light. That's what? Yeah. Okay. All right. Wonderful. The light. No judgment. There's no cruel God who's going to judge you. None of that. None of that. Look at these beautiful angels. Look at these loved ones. Were they judged? Loved ones, let them know, please, friends, family. Yeah. You see, they're saying there's only love here. And you create the life you want. If you want to learn how to be more joyful, there's people to help you with that. Emissaries, will you assist, please, with these ones who seem to feel it's their duty to stay in this dear one's energies and ruin her day? Come on, come on. That's it. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. These are emissaries of the light. Thank you so much. Yeah. These ones also. Aha. Now we see we've got some servant and servitude mentality persons here. Time to go home. Come on. You're harming this one. You are harming her. Is that fair? You wouldn't want somebody to do that to you. Look up into that light, please. Come on. Yeah. Of course. Yeah. Of course you know it. Yeah, that's home. That's it. That's it. There we go. All right. Yeah, emissaries, please. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you so much. Loved ones, come forward for these ones as well. Yeah, any kind of life you want. Okay. Or if you want to be a good use to people, you go into the light. You'll learn how to be even more so. But you don't stay in this dear one's body. You understand? Nor anybody else listening. Any other discarnates or anybody here listening. No. Come on. Time to go home. There's only love there. There's only love and light and warmth and reassurance. You can be your real self again. Okay. That's all right. That's fine. That's fine. Yeah, emissaries. Yeah. Come on. Come on. No, that's done. That's done. You're done with this. Come on. That's an old story. You don't need that. You don't need that. We're going to close this portal. Everybody needs to move along. Everybody needs to move along. There we go. Okay, good. Yeah, ancestors, come on. Just stop it. Come on. Times change. Times change. Go home. Come on. Come on. Stop the intrusions. Come on. That's it. That's it. All right. We're going to close this portal for now. There we go. All right, closing. All right, dear one, there's a number of issues there, but we see the biggest one is that you start to learn to love who you are. And every now and again, just kind of go like this and just say, little one, I love you. And just let her know that you're there for her. And, if there's something your child self always loved, flowers, get yourself some flowers, certain music, play that music. If she loved to dance, let yourself dance. You're going to have to shift how you do things. And you're also going to need to face all this horrible weight you've been carrying for a long time that says, I'm never good enough. Yeah. So there's layers of it, Delwan, that can take some time. We're going to quickly see what else your team is saying, if anything, before we close for today. Yeah. How can she realize it, please? No. So they're saying you're very much on your way. You just don't quite realize it yet. And we were saying, well, then how, because you realize it. And they're saying, you're going to have moments where you say, I love myself too much. I love and honor myself too much to put up with this. Whether it's this man who walks out the door without answering you and just doesn't communicate, even particularly practical matters. This is not a partner. This is a hanger-on, and there's a big difference. So you want to move forward on that, Dale One. And you want to start saying in your day, I love and honor myself too much to put up with this abuse or this complete, disowning of my presence, or this situation, which is just not me. It's not for my higher good. And talk to your team every day and let them know, I absolutely require that you assist me in learning how to love and honor myself, and insisting that everyone around me do the same. So lead the way. Where's the path? No. All right, dear one. We send much love and many blessings, and we'll bring our writer back now. Namaste. Yeah, a lot going on there for Chanel, but I'm glad that you were on this video today. Very, very glad. And your team will help you. Yeah, they will, honey. They will help you. Bonnie's got a lot in the vault at bonnieserratore.com. I don't know, Paro, maybe you can put that link to the group energy clearings. I've been helped a lot by them. And something you can do is listen to them as you're falling asleep, taking a nap, or at night, and just turn the sound down or turn the sound off. The energy work will still be happening. Absolutely. So take advantage of that. And I guess you did have a sale on, Bonnie, for, Cyber Monday or whatever, Black Friday.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's still on.
We did. Yeah.
Yeah.
We did that thing on that Black Friday thing.
Yeah.
Monday. Yeah.
Yeah. So, there's help for you. There's a ton of help. And I've also been hugely helped by reading Sinea Roman's books, like Living with Joy, I think is one, Spiritual Growth, or Growing Through Joy. Just look up Sinea, Sanaya, Roman, like people who live in Rome. And that's on Amazon, and her books are channeled and they're mind-blowing. They hold a lot of higher energies, yeah. In addition to Bonnie's work. So, yeah, bonnieserratore.com/clearings. Thank you, Paro. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
All right. So I'm going to do a quick clearing. So for everyone, and I'm going to actually work with the energy frequency of December, which is chaos. So I'm going to be activating the energy, even more of the chaos, and actually helping it to penetrate even deeper into the subconscious to help release and awaken these deeper places within. Okay. So here we go. So basically, I'm going to put light around everyone present, actually call my presence in to be right there with you. And then I'm going to start working with that energy frequency of chaos, December's energy frequency of chaos. It's going to pull that energy in. Some of you have like little trying to block it, trying to protect yourself from it. Not going to work. Not about that. It's about receiving. It's about allowing the activation to happen, because it is an activation in some way, because it's activating deep wounds that have to come to the surface. So now I'm just going to begin to take that frequency of chaos, 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 chaos. I'm going to amp it up. Amping it up, amp it up, amp it up, amping the energies up all around, all around, all around, all around, all around. There we go. And then let that energy frequency, yeah, good. Let that energy of the chaotic frequency, all those little energy frequencies of chaos, 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 let those energies start to come in, start to penetrate the physical frequency of the physical body, and start to come into the subconscious, pulling those energies right into the subconscious, intentionally pulling them in, and let those energies begin to start swirling around, making more and more and more and more and more chaos in the subconscious. Let the energy begin to penetrate the layers of that subconscious, the levels of subconscious, the really old, ancient frequencies of emotional wounding, misperceptions, beliefs in that subconscious. Chaos, 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 chaos. Amp it up, amp it up, amp it up, amp it up. Amping, 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 amping. There we go. Good. Start stirring it up, stir it up, stir it up, stir it up. Break it free from the walls. Break it free, break it free. There we go. Through that whole subconscious. Release, release, release. Good. Now shatter it. Shatter, 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 shatter. Shattering that energy in that subconscious. Good. Then I'm just going to start moving to the chakras, especially that first and second chakra. Going to that first chakra, right into the energy, right in there. Now bringing in the energy frequency of all the chaos of the frequency of December. Chaos, 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 chaos. The energy frequency, as well as blasting energy, swirling, moving fast, 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 super fast. Coming to that first chakra, blasting, 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 blasting. There we go. Break it up, break it up, break it up, breaking up all that old ancient energy. Shatter, 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 shatter. Good. And moving up that second chakra, blasting that energy. There's all that emotional energy, sexual energy stuck in here, all those old ways, old beliefs, misperceptions, chaos coming in, frequency of chaos coming right in. Good, right in that second chakra, swirling around, now blasting even faster, 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 chaos, chaos, chaos. There we go. Now hit those walls, hit the walls of the chakras. There we go. Now hitting deep, 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 deep inside. Ooh, got it, got it. Yeah, good. Now it's going to literally come all the way into the back of those chakras. Now it's going to be up that whole column that connects all of the chakras, first all the way up to the seventh, coming through that whole energy frequency in that column, bringing that chaos in there as well, moving right through, just really hitting that column that connects the chakras. Chaos, 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 amping everything up, amping it up. Now coming right through all the different chakras, right through that energy frequency, the column coming right into the chakras, forward facing ones, backward facing ones coming in all the way through now, letting all those chakras being activated, 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 all the way through third chakra, heart chakra, yep, that throat, third eye, the top crown chakra, all the way through. Let's blast it through, opening up that crown chakra, blasting right up to the heavens. Bottom chakra, first chakra, blasting down to the lower chakra beneath, blasting through, hitting the energy, sending it right down into the earth as well. But basically hitting all that energy frequency of the chaos, so everything's getting lit up, activated. So the deepest, deepest, deepest places, recesses in the subconscious, places in the chakras, oldest, ancient, most deepest places of wounding, misperceptions, conclusions, beliefs, programming, all that wounded energy, victimization, all the energies that are keeping you stuck, keeping you bound and feeling lifeless and not wanting to be here, and fatigue and feeling not belonging, feeling unloved, not important, not mattering, not enough, all these misperceptions. There we go, just anchoring. Yeah, we go blasting, blasting, blasting. So the entire field, the whole energy field, being blasted with the frequency of chaos, 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 chaos. Shattering, 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 bringing to the surface all these old places that have to be felt, have to be known, have to be released. in order for you to step into the true divine light that you actually are. Yeah, we go. Good. Energy's moving through. Good. Now I'm going to come right into that divine energy. Everyone has that divine light. Everyone is a divine being. Everyone has that white light inside. Unconditional love. Now we're going to take that chaos right into that energy. Let that chaos hit that light. Hitting that light. As it hits that light, chaos starts to dissolve, but it's also activating even more that divine light, your own divinity, the true energy, the true frequency of who you are, pure love and light. Letting chaos come blasting, hitting that light. As it hits that light, it literally dissolves. Nothing can hurt the light, harm the light, penetrate the light. The light is the frequency of the all that is. God creator consciousness, the highest vibrational frequency of all existence. Pure unconditional love and light. Now, as that's happening, that light within is expanding out into the whole energy frequency, the whole energy body, the whole frequencies of all of who you are, light body, emergent body, astral body, etheric body, mental, emotional, spiritual, physical body, all levels of who you are. Good. There we go, all the way out to the aura field as well. Now, from that light within, we go, yes, like the frequency of yes, pure unconditional love and light, saying yes to love and light, saying yes to being here, saying yes to sharing the expression of you, saying yes to unraveling and clearing and releasing any misperceptions that there's something wrong with you, you're not love, you don't belong, you don't matter, but really opening that light. So that light begins to expand throughout your entire field, the whole energy frequencies of all totality of who you are, all the way out to the aura, love and light, pure love and light, who you are. Good, there we go. Good. Now we're going to let those energies just start to swirl around together. Let that frequency of pure love and light expanding even more into you, recalibrating, rebalancing, bringing you back into balance. Knowing that more and more energies are going to be revealed, more and more places of hurt and feeling unloved, not mattering, are all going to start to get revealed and exposed. And it's all for the journey of the soul, so you can really come back into the truth of who you are, which is pure love and light. Nothing but that. Now we're going to begin to let go of all images, pictures, anything that's been happening. Let everything go, knowing shift is happening. So right here, right now, bringing your awareness right here to this moment, feeling your consciousness, feeling your body, being aware of your breath, your heartbeat, awareness right behind your eyes. When you're conscious and present, bring your awareness right here and now. Opening your eyes when you're feeling here, conscious and present.
Oh, fantastic. Thank you, Bonnie. We all badly need that at this time. We really did. And I would say to everybody, listen to Bonnie's clearings a number of times, because they will go a bit deeper each time. Yeah. And to answer Irena's question, yes, all the energy work that you hear or see on this, on the energy updates, yeah, they go out to everybody.
Yes, for everyone. For everyone.
Yeah.
Yes.
All of it. Yeah. So, yeah, you're welcome, Nikki. Absolutely. Yeah, wonderful. Sweets RT. You're welcome, Mayra. Wonderful. Yeah, huge blessings to everyone. It's a crazy time of year, because if you're celebrating Hanukkah or Christmas or the solstice or Kwanzaa or whatever, you've got your regular work to do, but then you've got get-togethers with family or friends or in the community, and putting out maybe Christmas cards, doing a shopping for people. I mean, it's just nuts. It's just kind of nutty anyway. And then you add in these intense energies that we're all experiencing on this planet right now, and you've got an interesting moment. So, yeah. Oh, that's lovely. Kim saying, as Bonnie was speaking of the light, bright light came in my windows. I love those moments, those synchronicity moments. Yeah, you're welcome, Abigail, Angela, wonderful, Irena. And much love to everybody. So any last words, Bonnie, about, final, not last, hopefully. Just
final word. Yeah, we're in times of intensity. So if you're aware of that, then it makes it easier to just take the ride. There's nothing else to do. Just surrender, take the ride, knowing that there's a much greater consciousness, divine plan unfolding, and we are all a part of that.
Yeah, fantastic. Thank you so much, Bonnie. Thank you, everybody, for being here. And I hope that we'll see you again for the January energy update, which will also be interesting. Maybe Bonnie can give us some info on 2026 too, more info. So yeah, huge blessings, much love. Thank you for being here.
Thanks. Yeah, thanks for being here. All righty. Till next time.